Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Mike Nylander, and you have just found your way to another episode of Handbag Mike, a channel devoted not just to one, but two different things that I like: handbags and talking. So hit that like button and be sure to subscribe as I take a look at the latest handbags from various designers such as Louis Vuitton, Prada, Coach, Michael Kors, Dooney and Burke, and more. I will give you my opinion as to what's hot and what's not. Each new episode will center around a different bag, and each bag will be thoroughly and wittingly reviewed by yours truly, using a list of various categories and a 5-star rating system. Now then, between my husband and I, we have more than a few Michael Kors bags in our collection. And perhaps it's due to the fact that Michael Kors and I share the same first name. Or maybe it's the fact that this brand was founded the same year I was born. I mean, surely this has to have some sort of effect. But whatever the reason may be, I can say without a doubt that I love me some Michael Kors. So, I've decided to review one of the bags from this company for my third review on this channel, and I can say that it is a bag that takes a rather drastic detour from the size of the first two bags reviewed. So, I invite you to pull up a spot on that nice comfy sofa and relax. Take some time to watch as I give my own personal views on this bag, and ultimately, we will determine if this bag is going to shine as fab, or if it is going to fail as drab. Now then, in order to give a complete review of each bag that is going to be listed on this channel, a list of categories has been created which will fully highlight the different important key elements of what I am personally looking for in each bag that we review. These categories will be the same for each bag that I look at, and they will be graded based on a 5-star rating. At the end of each video, we are going to look at how each bag did on a whole, and I will give you my thoughts on whether or not the bag is fab or drab. These categories are as follows: style, price and value, versatility, practicality, and timelessness. So, the handbag that we will be reviewing today is a Michael Kors bag. It is the Jade large leather crossbody, a bag that is extremely sophisticated looking. Perhaps too much so for my own personal taste, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, it could be that I'm just not that sophisticated a person. There's no shame in admitting that. Now, before we get into the actual rating part of this video, which I will try to approach as fairly as possible, while still throwing in that natural bit of sass that I have in spades, I will say that I have rather neutral feelings when it comes to this bag as a whole. Now, this is not to say that there's particularly anything wrong with this bag, because there isn't. It is a fine bag, but it is a bag that I feel plays it maybe just a little bit safe. It is a bag that I feel would definitely appeal to the mass, and I feel that if you are the type of person who goes out and buys this bag, you are likely to enjoy it for years to come. And you know what? This is a great thing. I mean, this is what businesses do. They create products that please their customers and keep them coming back. But for me, and I know this is going to seem harsh, I'm looking for something that goes above and beyond. As I said, this bag is fine. Just fine. But maybe I'm looking for something personally that sets the bar just a little bit higher than just fine. I may be looking for that little bit of extra pizzazz. However, with this little intro out of the way and my personal feelings now fully laid out, let's get into the real meat of this video. It's time to start the grading system. Now then, the first category that we're going to be looking at when reviewing today's bag is style. And when it comes to the category of style, I gave a 4-star rating. Now, I will honestly start by saying that I debated for a little bit on this score. Should I really give this bag a 4-star rating? Or should I give it a 3.5-star rating? I just don't know. But then, I remembered the very thing that I have verbally and mentally been reminding myself of with each video that I do. The fact that these videos are supposed to be a fair, albeit sassy, form of critiquing each bag. To give a score that does not necessarily go with my own personal decisions, but rather with what I could only imagine would be the decisions of the many. And so, as such, I had to go ahead and give the Jade large leather crossbody a 4-star treatment. Yeah! And now, let's find out why. Despite my own personal neutral feelings about this bag, I can say that when thinking of others, I feel that this bag has style that I would see many people instantly drawn to. It has a very sophisticated look. As I've already said, it comes across as very elegant, and it seems like a type of bag that many people could safely purchase and know full well that they're not going to tire of it in just some short amount of time, which is always a plus. Now, while there are many versions of this bag available on the Michael Kors website, the one that I chose to look at for this review was the solid black version with the gold tone hardware. And I will honestly say right now that I am not the biggest fan of gold hardware on bags. If I'm being completely honest, I prefer hardware to be silver for the most part. Just a personal preference. But, with that said, even I will admit that there is a very nice combination in this bag. The sleekness of the black shining leather paired with the richness of the gold hardware, it pairs together really well. Somebody designed this bag really nicely. It goes together in a way that is very nice. This bag is very classic and very classy. It is a smart looking bag. It is a bag that I would not necessarily categorize as bold or daring in any way, because I've already said, this bag plays it safe. And there's nothing wrong with that. It is a type of bag that is eternal in style. It is a style that has been around for quite some time, and it is a style that will continue to be around. As such, it is a bag that will never go out of style and will always have a place in your closet. So the second category that we're going to be looking at in our grading system is price and value. And when it comes to the Jade large leather crossbody from Michael Kors, I had to give a rating of 4 stars. And I can honestly say that I'm more than a little shocked by this rating. But hey, there it is nonetheless. So, how about we jump into this category of price and value and we see why this bag scored as it did here. First, let's start with the price. The price of this bag is $258 plus tax at the Michael Kors website. So, it is a bag that is a price point that is actually accessible. But this price point being so accessible does not mean that quality was compromised when it comes to the creation of this bag. No way, baby. Instead, we have a bag here that is radiating with quality craftsmanship and really good material. First, you have the exterior of the bag, which is made with a high-quality black leather. So, you have a good material to start with. Then, you have a gold tone hardware on this bag. You have a gold tone snap closure with the Michael Kors name that is always such a nice name to see on a bag. You have a gold tone chain shoulder strap with a black leather spacer to place at the shoulder for comfort as well. And I will honestly say that I can appreciate the way that this handle is designed. Because I do like chain handles that I see on various bags. In my opinion, a chain handle adds a little bit of a different flair to a bag, and it can add a little bit of edgy sophistication, if you will. But oftentimes, a chain handle can be really freaking uncomfortable. Especially, if you actually use the bag and put stuff in it, then you get weight in the bag and the chain will actually dig into your shoulder. And a lot of the time, these chain handles have no leather protector at all, no leather spacer, and so they're just not worth it in my opinion. So I can actually really appreciate the fact that Michael Kors decided to add this leather piece for comfort, and I can say that it is a very smart decision and one that I can fully commend this company on. I'm going to finish by saying that the interior of this bag is made with a polyester lining that is typical in all of the Michael Kors products. It is a quality lining that is going to hold up. So when we look at the price point of this bag, as well as the quality of the materials that it is made of, and, in my opinion, the most important part, that leather spacer going across the handle, it is for these reasons that this bag got the 4-star rating when it comes to price and value. And nobody is going to be able to tell me different. Well, I'll be damned. I can honestly say that I am purely shocked to have given the first 3 sections of this bag a 4-star rating. But here we are in the versatility category, and here I am giving another rating of 4 stars. It is doing so much better than I could have ever imagined before I started the process of reviewing it, and I am just mind blown. But, you know what? Then again, I'm still thinking about others and not particularly myself. And when I make these reviews, I do try to be fair. So I have to say that I honestly do believe that for many people out there, this bag would easily transition from casual to formal, and it may go from day to night use. It is the type of bag that I could see easily being used when, wearing a t-shirt and a pair of jeans. And just as easily, I do think that it would go to a formal setting when you're all dressed up to the nines, and it would be very appropriate in that type of atmosphere as well. This bag is essentially the handbag version of a strand of pearls. I mean, it is really the type of piece that can be used anytime, and for that reason, I gave it a 4-star rating. The only reason I would have to argue that this bag may not be the best day bag is due to the size and the availability of the space that it would actually offer. But that is something that is going to be covered in the next section of Practicality that will follow. So I actually do have rather neutral feelings when it comes to this bag, as I have already said. And it is not that it is a bad bag by any means, because it isn't. It is a bag that is just, in my opinion, just there. Perhaps, however, it is the point of this bag to be neutral, because it could actually be this neutrality that is allowing for the bag to so easily transition from casual to formal. But I will once again say that in my opinion, this is a bag that I would call very, very safe. Very, very, just like I said, very safe. And I do think that there are a wide majority of people out there who like safe purchases when it comes to handbags. So I do think that this will be a very popular bag. And I do think that it does have the versatility that many, many people are looking for when it comes to purchasing a handbag. So, we are now at the category of practicality when it comes to this bag. And I will say that when it came to the category of practicality, I had to give this bag a 2-star rating. Now, it is time for me to just come right out and say that this is not a bag that I feel offers too much room to begin with. It is a bag that is nowhere near as spacious as the previous two that have been reviewed. So, when it comes to this bag, we have the measurements of 9 inches wide by 6.5 inches high and 3 inches in depth. So we are working with a bag that is rather narrow here, and like I've already said, a bag that is not as spacious as the two that have been previously reviewed on this channel. The depth of this bag is one that does not allow for a lot of space to begin with, and for this reason, I was already going to rate this a 2-star category. But then, we have to look at the fact that the main compartment of this bag, which is already narrow in and of itself, is then split into 3 smaller areas. You have one zipper pocket going down the middle of the bag with a regular drop pocket on either side. And basically, I just don't understand why they decided that this was a good idea. Because I can honestly say that the space that was taken up creating these pockets actually wastes some of the space that could have been used to make this already narrow bag just a little bit more roomier. And I, for one, just don't understand the thought process that went into adding a pocket there that was, in my opinion, not needed. With this said, the pocket is just, it goes straight down the middle of the bag, and it does have a zipper. My opinion is they should have not put a pocket, and they should have just left the center of the bag completely open. This bag also has 2 more pockets. It has one that is found on the back of the bag, and it has one found right at the front of the bag with the opening of the pocket concealed by the flap. Now, these two pockets at the front and the back of the bag may very well be a saving grace to this bag, because these pockets do offer just a little bit more space, which is something that this bag deeply, deeply needs. This bag is one that I would say falls into an accordion style bag, and I think all you have to do is look at the bag on the Michael Kors website to see what I mean. As such, it is a bag that does not, in my opinion, necessarily utilize space in a fully optimal way. And for this reason, I've had to give the Michael Kors Jade Large Leather Crossbody a 2-star rating when it comes to practicality. I will end this section by mentioning that the handle for this bag is an adjustable strap that can go from 11 inches to 20.5 inches. So while you may not have a lot of space in the bag to actually put stuff, the handle actually is a quite diversive handle and offers you a rather broad set of dimensions that is very nice. So, the next and last category that we're going to look at is timelessness. And when it comes to the category of timelessness, I gave a rating of 4 stars. I honestly keep going down this list, and I am completely shocked to see that I have continued the rating of 4 stars all the way down this bag, with the exception of practicality. But when it comes to timelessness, I feel that 4 stars is a good rating for this bag. I was actually tempted, if I'm being completely honest, to give a 5-star rating here. However, I do feel that in order for this rating of 5 stars to be given, that the bag would just have to blow my mind. And this bag really doesn't do that, so, 4 stars it is. I feel that the reason this bag is so timeless is because of the fact that it actually does play it, as I have said so many times now, safe. Again, this is not a bad thing. It is just the reality of what is there. And honestly, a bag in this style has existed in one form or another for quite some time. The little black bag will always be in fashion because it can, and it does, go with every outfit that you could ever imagine. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind at all that this bag is one that almost anyone could purchase and rest assured knowing that they will cherish it and find use for it for quite some time. And so, as such, it should come as no surprise that this bag actually scored so highly in the category of timelessness. Because while it may be a bag that I personally see as a little bit safe, it is a bag that quite simply will never really feel dated, because the simple elegance of it lends itself to any time. Okay, everyone, so we have reached the end of another review on this channel, and whew, I am actually exhausted. If anybody is on YouTube doing videos of their own, then you know the amount of time that you will spend doing takes until you finally get the video that is good enough to be posted can actually be exhausting. But I will say it is worth it. So now we are at the personal feelings section of this video, and let's just go ahead and jump right in. So, we have come to the final thoughts portion of this video, or my personal feelings on this particular bag. And while I will say that I started this video by saying that I have rather neutral feelings about the Michael Kors Jade large leather crossbody, I have come to find out through the process of doing this review that having this neutral feeling may be the exact type of feeling that I should, in fact, be having when I approach this bag. Because in the end, there is no denying the elegance of this bag. As I said with the start of this video, this is a bag that I think, if being honest, may be too sophisticated for my taste. But I do feel that the sophistication of this bag actually lies in the neutrality of it, in the fact that it can go with any outfit and that it will never go out of style. I do feel that the neutrality is part of what makes this bag so classy. Still though, I do feel that this bag is just one that I don't necessarily find myself connecting with. And you know what? That is okay. I don't have to connect with every bag, and chances are there will be a few that I do in future videos that I connect with even less. So, you know, whatever. I will say this. I will say that this neutrality is part of what I feel makes this bag so usable. In the end, I will say that while I have nothing against this bag at all in a very, very practical way, it is a bag that I just do not see myself purchasing, and it is a bag that I do not see myself ever personally connecting to. And that is fine, because I do think that there are tons of people out there who would like this bag. I do think that there are a lot of people out there who will actually enjoy the timelessness and the sophistication and, yes, the neutrality and the simpleness of this bag. I will end this video by saying that I am completely shocked in having given the near 4-star rating perfectly across the board, with the only exception, once again, being practicality. It is insane to me to think that this bag scored so high. It is just crazy for me to think that this bag actually did that. But it did. I will also say that this just goes to show, I guess, that I don't personally have to connect with a bag to see the value in it and to be able to look at it with a fair set of lens. So, until next time, this is Mike Nylander, and I hope you all had fun reviewing this bag. Please join me on my next video where we will take a look at a whole new bag on Handbag Mike. Until then, later.